Welcome back to Wellness Lenses. Today we will talk about an important topic that many of us have struggled with at some point in our lives. Signs someone is not interested in you. Knowing these signs can make all the difference in dating, friendships, or even work relationships. After watching this video, you'll know how to spot these signs and make smart choices about your relationships. It's important to know when someone isn't interested in you before we get to the signs. It's important for your mental and emotional health to know where you stand in any relationship. It gives you the power to make smart decisions, keeps you from going through unnecessary pain, and lets you spend your time and energy on things that really matter. So let's dive right in. A clear drop in communication is one of the most telling signs. If someone who used to reach out often stops doing so or takes a long time to respond, it could mean that they are losing interest. This includes messages that come and go or aren't consistent, along with long wait times for responses. Breadcrumbing is a term made up in the last few years for this type of behavior. It means sending random, flirty, or emotionally stimulating messages to keep someone interested without really wanting to commit to them. By noticing these patterns, you can tell the difference between a real connection and someone who is just breadcrumbing you. This lets you make smart choices about how much emotional investment to put into someone. Canceling plans often, especially at the last minute, can be a sign that someone is not interested. It means that the person might not want to spend time with you or might not value having you in their life. Canceling plans all the time can make you feel unappreciated and put a strain on a relationship. It's important to see if this behavior is a pattern. If it is, you might want to have an open conversation to find out why they're acting this way. This can show how committed and interested they are in the relationship. When someone isn't interested, they won't put in much effort to talk to you. This can show up as one-word answers, body language that doesn't show interest, or avoiding eye contact. One telltale sign of this is when they always listen but never add anything to the conversation. You might feel like you are carrying the weight of the relationship on your own, and it can be emotionally draining. There should be a balance of give and take in healthy relationships, with both people taking an active role in conversations and caring about what the other person thinks and feels. Seeing that they aren't trying to help you figure out how much they want to keep a meaningful connection. Another major sign of disinterest is if they're always making excuses not to spend time with you. Their reasons can be anything from being busy with work or other obligations to suddenly not being able to help, or even vague ones that aren't clear. It's important to notice this pattern of making excuses because it can show that the person isn't really interested or committed to the relationship. It's a clear sign that the person might not value your relationship or be ready to put in the time and effort needed for a happy and healthy one. Knowing why they do what they do can help you make smart choices about the future of the relationship. The next sign is avoiding making future plans. When a relationship is healthy and growing, both people usually talk about their plans for the future. If this conversation doesn't happen, it could mean that they don't want to be connected for a long time. Talking about what's coming up, setting long-term goals, or just imagining shared experiences are all important ways to build a sense of investment and commitment. If someone constantly avoids or brushes off conversations about the future, it could mean they are not interested. This behavior could mean that they don't see a long-term future with you or are hesitant to commit to a deeper level of involvement. Seeing that they aren't planning for the future can help you figure out if the two of you are a good match and if the relationship could last. Next up, emotional investment. If someone isn't interested, they won't invest emotionally into the relationship. This could show up as not caring about or getting excited about your successes, problems, or feelings. They might look like they don't care or aren't interested when you talk about your feelings and thoughts. This lack of emotional exchange can make you feel alone and unappreciated. In a healthy relationship, both people care about each other emotionally and support, understand, and care for each other. Being aware of this emotional distance is important because it can help you decide if the relationship is satisfying and worth your emotional investment. Knowing about this aspect can help you make choices and take actions that will lead to healthier and more meaningful connections in your life. Now that you know these signs, let's talk about what to do when you notice someone isn't interested. First, think about how you feel and what you need. What do you really want out of this relationship? Are you holding on to something that isn't good for you? If you feel safe doing so, tell the person involved what's bothering you. Being honest with each other can help clear up misunderstandings sometimes. Finally, don't be afraid to draw on your support system, like friends or a therapist, to help you deal with your feelings when things get tough. Being able to spot the signs that someone isn't interested in you is a powerful way to keep your mental health in good shape. It gives you the power to invest in the relationships that really matter and lets you make smart decisions about the relationships in your life. Remember that your worth is not based on what other people like or dislike about you. Take advantage of the chance to learn, grow, and do well in relationships that value your presence. See you in the next video.